How's it going, my beautiful souls? I don't know why I'm laughing, but you already know I am back because of a vehicle issue, so Alta is out of service for now. My gear and speed indicator are gone, and I am in drive right now. Check engine light came on too, which actually gave me time to sit down and chat to you like this. Today it's just going to be Hitomi and I. You might be like, who the hell is this? What is that? What is this thing? Very few of you actually know me from back when Hitomi was the one stealing all the shows. So I figured I should take some time to update on what's going on, because I've been getting some same question again and again. So this actually gave me quite a good downtime to stay in, come back to the shed, and have a sit down chat with you, catch up. But before all of that, I just want to share you something I just got. So when I came back to the shop in limp mode, I had this huge box of package waiting for me. I guess who doesn't like coming back to a surprise package? I wanted to do the unpacking with you all, but it was so big that I have to take the content out right then and there. Pay attention to the lifting technique here. Straight back, don't hurt yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to unpack a 2000 watt hour, 2000 watt output power station. Oh my god. Okay, we're here. Alright, baby. This is the Bluetti AC200P, yet another bigger, more powerful portable power station. Bluetti actually contacted me while I was out in the wild having very minimal reception, so I was apologies on my end, not really replying promptly. They asked me to do a review on their AC200P, and the reason was actually that they saw me using portable lithium power station out in the wild, and then they know that I have some knowledge with these sort of technologies, so they want me to do a review. I just want to be fully transparent with you guys. I have been getting some comments and people saying that I have a marketing team or a channel sponsor. I do not have I wish I do, a marketing team or a channel sponsor. However, I do have this sort of product review coming from the brand themselves, where in this case I will always tell you that they have sent this to me. That doesn't change anything from my end, because what I want to tell you guys on my channel is just what I see, what's been working with me, what doesn't work. However, what works for me does not mean it works for you based on your application and vice versa. So I actually just brought it home. So I'll show you what it actually comes with. See, I don't even know if the brand will like me doing a product review like this, because it's just so unorganized, but you're not going to have everything so organized when you're on a road, and that's just the truth. A warranty card with some instructions inside, package like that, and you will have this pouch which includes this humongous charger, wall charger. So this block, I was thinking why it's this big. It's like the size of my head, and my head is not tiny too. I was wondering why, you know, this big. And it actually can provide 411 watt output, which means charging this big of a battery, it takes around 4 hours. So this unit comes with half of capacity already charged, and it plugged into the wall 2 hours and it's topped up. Pretty impressive, because that's the one thing of me having issue with battery is waiting for it to charge. Especially if you are thinking of, oh, let's just go tomorrow, and then forget to plug it in overnight. And then in the morning, even if you just plug it in the morning, you're good to go. However, it can be a little, how do I say, inconvenience with the size. You know, it's a trade-off. You want speed, you want capacity, then size might be a thing to consider. In order to charge it, oh, let's tilt it from this end. here are the inputs. That was the one your AC wall charger goes into. And then we also have a, they call it aviation style plug, which I still haven't quite figured out what it was. I was doing a lot of research, but maybe I'm just dumb or putting in the wrong research keyword. In order to charge through that, you need to use this cable and then connect these two. So here you have your solar input. Otherwise, you can also connect to this one, and that is your 12-volt input to charge it in the vehicle. You see how I was struggling with moving the box with this weight? I believe it's 60 pounds. I probably can bench a 60 pounds, so grip and how you handle it, how they put the handle is really, really key. The cool thing about this is, see how many plugs they have? There's 6 of them and each have their individual cover flap. So when you use one of them, you don't expose the other ones to dust or anything else. And then we have USB, 4 of the USB, a USB-C. This is a 12-volt 3 amp. I was wondering what can go into this, but then I found the, if you have this sort of LED light for campsite. I have this sort of LED camp light where you roll it out and then around your tent or around your vehicle, make it look really nice. Normally how I do is it comes with this 12-volt plug, but that ended up taking another 12 volts. So with this, you can plug it into here. And this is another aviation plug that you will need to buy an extra cable for. And I have been doing a lot of Google research, but I still haven't found out what they actually power. So help me out if you know, please let me know what this is for, because I would love to know more about these things throughout my whole, I guess, trial or even collaboration, if you call it, with these battery brand. I've been learning a lot of portable batteries, but it's obviously still not enough. The cool thing about this unit is on top, let me just tilt it slightly, you have 2 wireless charging. So right now, almost all of our smartphones have that function now. You just put it on there and it will charge as you were just leaving it on there. After seeing this, I just instantly had this picture in my head of 2 camp chairs sitting right by the beach, having this in the middle as almost like a table. You can just put your phone on there and let it rest and charged. Let's actually turn it on. Like I said, I literally just bought it home, charged up. This will be probably the first time that we are going through checking out this thing together function-wise. The power button, oh, it feels so nice. It feels like almost like a machine. It presses in and lights up. Feels so futuristic, and you have a huge LED screen. I haven't set the date yet. It's saying February. I wonder if that's the manufacturing date, but I just literally haven't touched anything on it, and we're going through all of this together. It seems like all of their plugs, it's activated through the screen. Not sure if I like that, to be honest, because that makes it very technology dependent. Also sort of the reason I am not a huge fan of Tesla. That went a little too far. You get the idea, right? DC output on. Oh, dude, look at that. So I feel like I'm touching a Tesla and everything just feels like, oh. Yeah, so there you got all of your DC output and then AC output. Let's actually put something on so that we can see how it works. Just plug that in, AC output on. We hear a beep actually. Oh, there you go, it's charging. Actually, one thing I just sort of realized is all these individual flaps. It might kind of get into the way if you have a bigger block like this. So if you just watch that, and I should probably, if I want to use this, open the flap first and then put it in. That's sort of this common issue with even just a power block at home. The power strip thing is the connectors being too close together. But so far, based on that space, I think it's okay. Did I forget to mention that the reason this thing is so big is because it has 2000 watt hour and 2000 watt output? So yes, that means you can run your coffee machine and frother the same time. I lent out one of my power stations to a friend over the weekend. The 500 watt hour was not enough to keep his ice cream happy. I bet if I gave him this, 2000 watt hour would be no issue for a weekend without recharge. So on the screen it's showing you all the stats. You can change it to 100 volt or 120 volt. AC output can be 60 or 50 hertz. And you have the data, and then you have your product info, a bunch of things all in here. It's almost like a digital product information. And you have your faulty code. Wow, that is really cool. So you can self-diagnose, which I probably would not attempt because I am not pro in this. But that again goes back to my point that because it's so reliant on the digital screen, you really need to protect this whole area. Do not get it, damaged. Otherwise, you probably can't turn on anything else. I would say I have tried quite a few different brands of portable power station by now, and I always get questions of people asking me, brand A versus brand B, what do you recommend? The problem is all of the different brands that I've tried, they have different capacity and different output. It's not really an apple-to-apple comparison. I will always go back to them and ask, what is your application? What are you trying to power? How many plugs you have, the shape of the connectors, how they will line up with each of them, and in the end, how much output you will need at the same time, and how long your trips might be, so how much capacity you might need. There's a lot of calculations into this. Find that sweet spot and then choose the product you need. Obviously, there's other considerations like charging speed. These bigger brands, they all have similar functions and can be charged through your home wall AC or your vehicle 12 volt or from the solar panel. In the end, it really comes down to what you need. There is one thing to mention, that the Bluetti, this unit actually used lithium iron phosphate. I feel like a geek when I research into this. It's slightly different than lithium iron. It's slightly bigger, but relatively safer in terms of explosion and can be recharged more time. So lifetime is longer. However, I don't think that is very relevant in terms of a consideration, because by the time you depleted the recharge going through hundreds, thousands of times of cycles, the technology of these things might have already gone obsolete, because new inventions just come out so fast. I cannot catch with all of these. You actually have a fan on this side, so when you load it, it will cool off itself. And then the back is just their label with some specs. Basically just says that there's 2000 watt hour of output, and then the input have 12 volt, and then the car charging, and what sort of output plugs you have, and the different types of input. Generally, the things that matters to me are all the things in the front. Sort of. I know a lot of the product review, they will read you the spec sheet and tell you a lot of numbers. I am not really a numbers person. It doesn't really make sense to me when you just read me a lot of data. I just want to see them in real life use. That's why I plug in the light, just to show you what each plug is for. I believe you all know what USB plugs are for, right? I don't need to demo that. We good? We good? Yes? Okay. In terms of application, honestly, I don't really see carrying this in my Landcruiser through my trips, because I do take out the portable battery in and out pretty often. However, I can see it in a more stationed, somewhat semi-permanent setup where you don't have to move this all the time unless you enjoy moving 60 pounds every day. In weird positions too, because most likely you will be twisted, you will be crawling down. I can see it, however, if I have a truck camper in that space, or in my van when I get a van. This can sit really nicely on the counter. It looks really nice. The bottom half non-slip. The bottom's got some non-slip rubber to keep it in place. And it just sort of blends in with part of the countertop, where you can plug everything right here. and put your phone on top to charge. I can really see it in like a remote home setup, or even in an actual home as a emergency preparedness device. It can literally power just about anything in your home. Coffee machine, your air fryer. What else do you use? A microwave. What else people use at home? Reminds me, I don't watch television, so that's out of the equation. But anyways, you get the idea. Or maybe I can see it going into the Project FJ, because right now it is a blank canvas with all sorts of possibility. If you want me to disclose more about the Project FJ, let me know in the comment. There's just so much I haven't really had a time to tell you guys. Moving on, let's talk about this. For those of you that have been following me, supporting me, calling me friends since that, thank you so much. You guys have been absolutely the best. I haven't really made a video about this vehicle because at the time I hadn't started making videos yet. However, I do have some other people making videos about her. I will link some of them down below if you're into it. As you can see, she's been parked for a while. She's on air suspension, so once you park an air suspension for a long time, it slowly leaks. That's why she's on 2x4s to support, so that I don't squeeze the whole thing the whole time. I just realized I should really take this hat off. It can fit the vibe out in the bush, but not really when you return to city stuff. Anyways, even the time with her, we traveled to a lot of places. We went to Seattle very often, stayed in California for a good month, but most of them were actually for car shows. Met so many like-minded people doing awesome things. Many of them are still really active in the scene. The sad part is, I don't even know if I should expose this on this channel. If you're from Vancouver, you know a couple of years ago there was a wave of Vancouver police catching modified vehicle and handing out VIs, what we call vehicle inspection notice. It ranges from level 3, what we call box 3, to box 1. Box 1 means your vehicle needs to be removed from the street right away. By that, they're removing your insurance, removing your plate. You have to get it inspected. Sometimes they instruct you to go to the dealership to do so, to have it passed, which sort of means that you have to return it to stock. There have been a lot of voices on that if you want to look into it. Ever since that wave came, the car scene in Vancouver sort of died, and I have been just scared of taking her out as well, and the safest way really is just to keep it in the shed, connect it to the battery, and we'll sleep for now until maybe the world gets more peaceful, and then we can go out and enjoy the sun again. It's not that I haven't thought about selling. For a vehicle like this that you put in so much effort, the value worth way more in your mind than the market value. It's all those memories that you have, the time, the people you meet along the way. That's what really matters. So really, I'm really thankful for you guys still being here. I don't know when will be the next time we go out for a spin, but I want to. Part of the reason that why I enjoy the outdoors so much, the bush so much, is you don't have so many powering people telling you what to do and what not to do, saying your vehicle is not right even though you've taken great care. Really, just in the outback, you regulate yourself. You know what's safe, you know what's not safe, what's good for the environment, and you behave yourself. When you're in the bush, take care of yourself. Nobody tells you what to do. You know what's best for you. Self-reliant. That's all. Just get out of my way. Am I ranting too much? I think I'm ranting now. Maybe we'll stop here. Actually, do you see a trend here? I see a trend here. These things kept getting bigger and bigger, eh? Because you just crave more power, more capacity out in the wild. Same with cars too. You go from a tiny sports car to a Jeep into a Landcruiser. And trust me, Landcruiser is bigger than a Wrangler. And now I want a truck. and maybe potentially a van. It's never enough. But hey, it's not about gear. I repeat, it's not about gear. When it actually becomes gear is when you only buy, this comes very often when I just got into photography. People only show, oh, I just got this new lens, I just got that new camera body. But where is your actual photos? These things are supposed to assist your trip. In the end, it's about the trip, how these things will serve you, how they can help you with your application, what you need, the power out in the wild. But again, don't be too reliant on these things because technology do fail. So it's still nice to have all sorts of backup. Be prepared out there because you never know. I don't want to wear that shirt again. Nobody is coming to save you. I hate it so much right now. Anyways, we will probably just cut it right here. The Bluetti AC200P, huge battery, huge capacity, really nice, sleek, boxy design. I can so see it on some sort of counter, and if I have a somewhat permanent spot for it in the FJ, definitely will have some use for it. Let me know if you want to know more about the FJ. Oh, did I just press something? Let me know if you want to know more about the FJ. Let me know if you want to know more about Hitomi. Maybe one day, when I can sneak her out, go for a spin, and I'll show you guys more about it. Let me know if you want to know anything more. I'm here to chat. I have all the time in the world right now. Peace. See you next time. It's a little funny to see all you guys what's fake with me. I'll literally tell you all what's fake with me. You see these lashes? Every single time. They are fake. 100% glued on. Get it now? I will literally tell you if something is fake.